Section 5.2 covers the topics of rates and unit prices, and you're probably somewhat familiar with that. And in a way, for example, when you gas up, it's given how many dollars per gallon, and so you're familiar with that in the applied version. So here we talk about what the ratio is of how we measure that as a rate. Then we have two different measures. That gives us a so-called rate, and then we find unit prices and use them to compare purchases. That's how rates come in really handy. So here's a definition of a rate. When a ratio is used to compare two different kinds of measure, we call it a rate. Very simple, easy to remember, but it's a vocabulary word you need to know. And we use the word per in many cases, like $2.08 per gallon. As an example, it means division or for each. So remember the word per, what that means. It means division or for each. When we divide distance by time, like 52 feet per 13 seconds, 52 feet per 13 seconds. Now we know we can rewrite this fraction as 52 divided by 13. We can write 52 rather as 13 times 4 divided by 13 times 1, or 13 divided by 13 times 4 divided by 1, which then is equal to 4. In other words, that expression, 52 divided by 13, is equivalent to 4 feet per second. So when we divide distance traveled divided by time, then we have something called speed. And you're familiar with that. And again, to repeat, a ratio of distance traveled to time is called a speed. What is the rate or speed in miles per hour? So we divide 45 miles by 9 hours. And since 9 goes into 45 5 times, the answer would be then 5 miles per hour. Similarly, in example number 2, we divide 120 miles by 10 hours, and 120 divided by 10 is 12 miles per hour. Or we can also write it as or 12 mph, miles per hour. So either way, it's acceptable, as long as the answer is correct. But we can write it as miles per hour or mph. Similarly here, there would be 5 miles per hour. In fact, you may have that on your speedometer. It tells you mph. Next time, take a look, and it'll probably say that. It may say miles per hour, but usually it's mph on the dash in your car. In number 3, we asked what is the rate of speed in feet per second. So we divide 2,200 feet by 2 seconds. And 2,200 divided by 2 is 1,100 feet per second. which, by the way, is about 750 miles per hour. So that's the speed at which pretty fast jets fly. Even some passenger jets can fly that fast. So it corresponds to about 750 miles an hour. Now, when it comes to Babe Ruth, in his baseball career, Babe Ruth had 1,330 strikeouts and 714 home runs. What was his home run to strikeout rate? So since home run comes first, we write it as 714 divided by 1,330. Home run per strikeout. Or that's about 0.537 in decimal format. Home run per strikeout. Next, we talk about unit pricing. And so here's the definition. A unit price or unit rate is a ratio of price to the number of units. So in a way, it's self-explanatory. But that's the official definition. So here's an example where someone bought a 26-ounce jar of pasta sauce for $2.79. What is the unit price in cents per ounce? So it's price per number of units. So it was $2.79 per 26 ounce, and that's equal to 279 cents per 26 ounces. And now we separate the numbers, the 279 and 26 from the units. So it's 279 divided by 26 cents per ounce, and that's about 10.31 cents per ounce. So there you have unit pricing, the unit price of pasta sauce. How many cents per ounce? And in some grocery stores, you sometimes see it even advertised when they advertise the price of a product. In many cases, it breaks it down how many cents per ounce or dollars per whatever unit that is. And so you pay attention. In many cases, you'll see it nowadays. It's for better. Well, you can compare things better. So, for example, when you buy yogurt, in many cases, it tells you how many cents per ounce it is for this yogurt and that yogurt, and then you make a decision based on other criteria like fat content, calories, protein contents, and so on. But at least on a cent basis, it'll tell you that quite often right off the bat. The next exercise is about mayonnaise. Complete the following table for Hellmann's mayonnaise sold on an online shopping site. Which size has the lowest unit price? What that means is we need to compute the unit price for each size given that price. So for the first one, it's $2.79 divided by 8 ounces. And following the previous example, we can write it as 279 divided by 8. That's cents per ounce. And that's approximately equal to 34.875 cents per ounce. So it's 34.875 cents per ounce. And the next one is quite similar. It's $3.49 for a 15-ounce container. So it's 349 cents per 15 ounces, and that's equal to approximately equal to 23.267 cents per ounce. So 23.267 cents per ounce. And the last one is $4.99 for a 30-ounce jar or container, 30 ounce. So it's 499 divided by 30 cents per ounce, and that's equal to 16.63 cents per ounce. So 16.633 cents per ounce. So the 30-ounce size has the lowest unit price. And that happens quite often, that the larger size typically has the lower unit price. That is not always the case. You've got to be careful. But by going to unit pricing, you can very easily find out which one is a better deal, given that you're comparing the same product. And this is the end of section 5.2.